Hello, fellow hitchhikers. This video is probably going to be a bit of a longer video, so I'm going to try and timestamp in the description if you just want to jump to certain parts. I think it'll be worth it though if this is a topic that you're interested in. How to give crypto for Christmas, or really giving crypto for any occasion or as a gift to someone else. So I've broken it down into 6 steps. The first step is the Onramp. How do you buy the crypto in order to give it? Step 2, choosing between Bitcoin or Ether, and the pros and cons of each of those, and the reasons why you might choose one or the other. 3, setting up a wallet. If the person you are wanting to give this to doesn't have a wallet or isn't into crypto, this will be the hardest part, but I think I've got it down to a pretty simple process that's safe and doable. And step 4, buying the crypto, and then step 5, sending the crypto to the wallet, and then step 6, I found a couple neat ideas that I would like to share that I think would make the gift more unique and actually make it kind of fun. So we're going to go through these 6 steps. I definitely recommend watching steps 1 and 2 regardless, and then whatever you're choosing, and then jumping to whichever part that you're wanting to look at within the Ether sections. Okay, so first off is the Onramp. Within the Onramp, I would suggest choosing between ShakePay, Newton, or BitBuy. Basically, it works. If you watch one of the other videos where I compare the 3, basically Newton is going to be your cheapest one in a way. However, features are a little bit limited. It is connected directly to your bank account. A few people use it and they're quite happy. With that one, you get a $25 bonus through a referral. BitBuy, if you're wanting a bit more control on your buying and selling, that one you get a $20 bonus for referral. But I always end up coming back to ShakePay. It seems to be the best fit for most people. The thing about ShakePay is once a day you can shake your phone and you receive a portion of the profits. So I just received 6,250 Satoshis, which after a 100-day streak works out to more than $1. So I will get a free $1. Now that's in part because I'm encouraging and supporting ShakePay and whatnot, but you only get that if you get it through a referral. And this month I believe it's $30 if you're getting this referral in December of 2020. Otherwise it's usually $10 bonus, plus you get the daily shaking, and as the streak grows you'll get more and more money. So ShakePay is your on-ramp. Think of it as a bank account. It is regulated. It is in Canada. You do have to do KYC, which is know your customer, which means you have to upload a photo of your driver's license or passport or whatever, and you have to verify your identity, and that helps ensure that there's no money laundering or any of these other things. So you see it as kind of like creating a bank account. Once you've done that, though, that enables you to e-transfer money to ShakePay and then purchase either Bitcoin or Ether. And so that's your first step. You bring in some Canadian dollars by e-transfer, and then you can buy. Now I'll show you the buying. Let's say I wanted to buy some Ether. I would choose my dollars, and then there's a little drop down right beside the Bitcoin, and that's where I can tap to change to Ether. That's something that comes up. I've had a few people ask me, how do I get it to be not on Bitcoin? Now, I'll talk in a little bit about why you'd want Bitcoin or why you'd want Ether, but that is the process. You would e-transfer money to here, and it shows it in your settings how to do that. And then you would tap those double arrows, and you would choose whatever you're going to buy. You would tap max if you've got whatever amount of money. Let's say you've transferred $100 in, and you'd hit buy down at the bottom. So it's fairly easy once you've set up the account. I've had a few friends who've done it, and it's just taken a matter of minutes, and their account is up and running, and they're able to buy it. Sometimes there'll be a hang-up of some sort. It'll take a day or so. So do give yourself the potential for that amount of time. Now, that is like having money in a bank. You don't actually have that crypto. You own it, but it's still with ShakePay. And there's a phrase that you'll hear in crypto that's not your keys, not your coins. And as it is now, it's like in the olden days, if there was gold at the back of the bank and there was a bank run or a bank robbery and the gold was gone, you would just have to be left with this piece of paper. And so similar with the exchanges, you do want to get it into your own private wallet, your own safe, your own spot that you keep the cryptocurrency. And there are fees just from the network fees, nothing to do with ShakePay, to transferring it. So I usually recommend transferring a minimum of $100 or up to $200 if you want to help reduce or minimize the amount of fees that you're paying. The other thing is when you're buying crypto, it's dollar cost averaging is the best strategy because it's volatile. It goes up, it goes down. Unless you're a professional day trader, you're not going to be buying highs and buying, or buying lows and selling highs. You're going to want to just, do $25 once a week or $25 every 2 weeks or $100 every 3 weeks or whatever amount of money that you're willing to put in and have the potential of losing or gaining. That's what you do. Okay, so step 2, we got to decide, are we going to do Bitcoin or are we going to do Ethereum? So Bitcoin is like gold. It's often referred to as digital gold. Bitcoin is the kind of thing that if you had a piece of gold, you were like, hey, look, I have this piece of gold. It's a store of value. If I somehow in the future I needed some money or whatever, I could take this piece of gold, it'd be recognized as gold, and I could exchange it back into whatever currency or value that I want. I could show people the piece of gold and say, hey, I have this piece of gold. That's about it, though. Bitcoin in itself is pretty limited. There are some things that you can do with it, but overall it is just a store of value, and that's the main way that it's used. And it may go up and it may go down in value. A lot of people think it's going to 3 or 4 or 5 times in value over the next 2 to 5 years, and other people think it's going to fade away. The Bitcoin was the first main cryptocurrency that came out. It established the idea of what's called a blockchain, and what I find most interesting about cryptocurrency is the technology behind it, and it has opened up a whole next generation of the internet, Web 3.0. The things that are happening are able to happen now with blockchain technology, and smart contracts that run on this technology is making video games, video streaming, internet, the owning of digital items, a very exciting and a new internet. And now all of that technology is best represented by Ether. You'll notice that ShakePay only offers Bitcoin and Ether, whereas if you go to some of the other exchanges, they have lots of other coins, and we'll look at that as one of the ideas for a gift. So if you are just wanting to buy something that's a novel, and hey, I got you some crypto, Bitcoin is the most recognized cryptocurrency that's out there and store of value of gold. Ether, I think, has a much higher potential to go up even more, and it also has the potential to be displaced and go down to nothing as well. But there's things that you can do with Ether, whether you just give them Ether as a present and then let them do those things with it, or if you, I'm going to show you some of the ideas that you can do with it, and you pick one of those things and do it. There's some pretty neat ideas. But I'll start with Bitcoin because it's just a matter of creating the wallet and transferring it over and you're done. And then I'll show you some of the Ether ideas. So when looking at getting Bitcoin, one website that's good to check out for getting information is bitcoin.org. And I would purchase it through the ShakePay or the Newton or the BitBuy, one of those kind of on-ramps. But then it's a matter of storing it into a wallet. And the bitcoin.org website does have a lot of information. It also has a flowchart for choosing a wallet. Now, the wallet that I'm going to demo today is one that I wouldn't necessarily use for my day-to-day, but it seems to be a really good one just to give as a gift. It's available on your phone. It's simple to use. And one thing that's a misunderstanding that people have with wallets, crypto wallets, is they don't realize that when you have cryptocurrency or when you own a digital asset, it is on what's called the blockchain. It is stored as part of like a server or a digital file that's out there. And the wallet simply is a way to see those digital files, those digital assets, those coins. And so whether you use Atomic Wallet or Exodus Wallet or Bread Wallet or whatever wallet you choose, you can actually just grab the next wallet and you enter in your secret words and you can access all of those files. So it isn't actually on your phone or in this particular wallet. The wallet, a better word for wallet would be gateway or connection to the blockchain. And so the wallet I'm going to use and show you today is called the Bread Wallet, BRD. So the BRD wallet or Bread Wallet is a very simple wallet to just create a secure 12-word phrase to be able to receive and store the money. Now, I need to make it very clear. I'm going to do a little demo here, and you're going to see these 12 words, and you're going to see the setup for it. You should never, ever share these 12 words or the private keys in any kind of form. If somebody asks you for them, you'll often get emails or messages saying, we're involved with tech support, or you've won a prize. In order to claim your prize, enter your 12 secret words or enter your private keys. That is a scam, and they're trying to get the keys to your house. Your home has an address, like 1234 Happy Street. Everyone down the street can see your address. It is not a problem if the public know your house address. It is a problem if the people have keys to the inside of your house or into your safe. So there's going to be a public address that everyone can know, and then there's going to be a private set of keys or a private secret phrase that allows you to have access to the house. So let's hit get started. And that's so if you actually, before I hit get started, take a look at that, the bottom here. If I hit restore wallet, it will allow me to enter my 12 secret words and I would have access. So I may have created a wallet somewhere else and have the money or the crypto coins or the tokens, whatever, over there. I've lost that phone, I've lost that device, whatever's happened. I can enter those 12 secret words on here and then I'll have access to all of my funds. But I'm assuming you are setting this up for a friend in order to give them this as a gift. So we'll hit get started. Next. And these are all of the supported coins within Bread Wallet. We're just interested in the center one there, Bitcoin, for this wallet. We're going to use a different wallet for Ether. So we can set up a pin. I'll set this up as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Obviously, I wouldn't use this for a normal wallet, but this is just for the video purposes. iCloud recovery, I'm going to skip that for now. Generate my private phrase. So if you want to be the most secure, you'll never email or copy this to yourself, but you'll take out a piece of paper and you write down these 12 words. Now, the buying and trading inside a wallet, do not recommend. Okay, the fees and the spreads and the charges will be way too high. We're using this as a wallet simply to store the coins and give someone else the wallet so that they can use it and move the coins around how they want. I do not recommend buying and trading inside something like Bread Wallet. Okay, so it's generating our recovery phrase. So our first word is pizza, punch, crash, merry, news, dry, apology, polar, unfair, diesel, bored, force. Now it wants me to verify that I actually wrote these words down. Word 2 was punch. Word 9 was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, unfair. and now it's created a wallet. Now, if you took those 12 words and you typed it into Bread Wallet to restore a wallet, you would have access to anything that I put in here. I'm not going to put anything into this wallet. It'll just be 000, and you would be not wise to put anything in there, because anyone else watching this video has access to this wallet because they now have those 12 words. But you can see it is pre-set up to be able to have Bitcoin and Ether, and of course some sort of BRD token. And if I tap on the Bitcoin, it shows me the price of Bitcoin over the last year, and yes, it's gone up quite a bit in recent history for a variety of reasons. If I had any Bitcoin in here, I could tap send, and I could send it to someone else's Bitcoin address. Likewise, I can receive Bitcoin. I can tap this receive. Now, if you were to take your phone and had Bitcoin, and you were to scan this QR code into the send, you would be able to send to this wallet. Please do not send to this wallet, because everyone has the private keys. This is not going to be used for actual funds. But I also see down this big long list of numbers, and if I tap those numbers, it copies it to the clipboard. That is my public address, like 1234 Happy Street. And if I go over to ShakePay, I can paste this address in as a send. I'll jump over to ShakePay. So if I was in this Bitcoin and in ShakePay, and I was to tap send, it says here, select from clipboard, and there's that same big long number. I could tap that, and then I could send the Bitcoin to that address. So I'm not going to send it, but it would be that simple. And then all I would have to do in order to give this wallet, this Bitcoin, to my friend, it would be to give them those 12 words. And I would say, download and install the Bread Wallet, type in those 12 words from your restore, and they would have access to the Bitcoin. Now, you would also know the 12 words, so if they wanted to ensure that you weren't going to take that money back, or if they were going to start adding more and more money to this wallet, they would be wise to move it into a different wallet so that they were in control. Oh, but maybe the two of you, then you're the backup for them or something. I don't know. Either way, that's it. So ShakePay to Onramp and Bread Wallet to create a wallet with the 12 secret words. You give that friend those 12 secret words. You can make a little card that says, I gave you Bitcoin. Here's your 12 secret words. They can type it into any wallet. They can download Exodus or Atomic. You can watch some of my reviews of other wallets, and they can type those 12 words in there, and it'll restore and give them access to the Bitcoin that you've created. Now for the exciting stuff, Ether. The absolute highest recommended, most common wallet is Metamask. Now, Ether is blockchain technology. It isn't just a store of value or a crypto coin or token that you're going to buy to speculate. People do. People that are bullish on this next generation of the internet feel that Ether has the biggest upside potential, more so than Bitcoin. Some, of course, are complete naysayers and say, no, Ether's not going to go anywhere. There's going to be other alternatives that are going to displace Ether. Either way, as it is right now, if you want to actually give a gift of crypto that has them doing something that's somewhat interesting, then Ether is the way to go. So using the ShakePay, buying the Ether, and then setting up a Metamask account. So again, I'm going to show you how to set up a Metamask account. It's going to generate some words. Metamask is not Bitcoin compatible. So you would never send Bitcoin to Metamask. It is only Ether and a whole couple thousand other tokens that are connected to Ether. Let's create the account. So again, getting started. Has a couple slides here, and Metamask is an extension that you can put into Firefox or Chrome, or my personal favorite, Brave browser, and you can have that extension up top there. And there are many websites, video games, and things that you can play that tie directly to your MetaMask wallet and give you access to have your tokens available on any website that you want to use. There's a couple of video games I really like to play. There's some lossless lotteries I'm going to show you after. There's some ways to invest and earn return on your funds with the MetaMask and Uniswap. So here we go. Let's get started. So again, there you go. You see that import using seed phrase. So if I had a 12-word seed phrase from another Ether wallet, I could type those 12 words in there and open it up, and I would have access to all of my coins. I could also sync to a MetaMask extension that I might have on different web browsers. In iOS or in your phone, the only way to have a web browser experience with MetaMask is to use the MetaMask app. Currently, none of the other web browser apps sync to MetaMask. I'm sure that'll change in the future. I'm going to tap Create New Wallet. Now, one thing with MetaMask is that not only does it have you give you the 12 words, it also has you have a password, which I quite like actually, because when you're browsing the web and you want to interact with your digital wallet, you want to have that extra layer of password protection. So I'm going to make this password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 QWERT 5. So that's 10. Of course, you would never create your password like this for real. I'm just doing this for demo purposes. Sign in with Touch ID, sure. I understand that they cannot recover the password. I have to keep track of that password. And now it's going to create the wallet. And of course, we're going to have to secure the wallet, and it's going to give me this backup phrase. So I'm going to tap View. So it's giving me the 12 words, and I'm just going to voice to text them into my other app here. Tap Continue. So now I have to select each word. Okay, so it went Hurdle, Citizen, Cliff. And so again, anyone with those 12 words, they could just simply restore, and they would have full access to this wallet. So obviously I'm not going to use this wallet. I'm going to just delete it afterwards. But for you, I wanted you to be able to see exactly the process. I hit Done. Now, some really good warnings here. Never, see the big X? Never collect keys, addresses, transaction balances, hashes, or any personal information. They never collect your IP address and never sell your data. Never collect keys and addresses. Public address, it's fine. It's like your house address. Those 12 words, private keys, never, ever enter that in anywhere. The only situation that you would be doing that is because you are setting up a new wallet and you know it's the actual wallet, not some fake wallet that's trying to phish you, and you're trying to restore that wallet, and so you're putting that information in. But if you receive any kind of email or message or anything that's asking you for it, you do not give them your seed phrase or your private keys. All right, I agree. I'm not going to take the tour. I can just show you. So it starts with ETH. Remember, Bitcoin cannot go to an ETH wallet. It does not go to MetaMask. Now, there are some wallets like Atomic and Exodus that have both ETH addresses and Bitcoin addresses, and even other blockchains like Cardano or Tron and so on. So they can be multi-coin wallets. We're keeping it simple for this demo. And really, if you're wanting to do anything fun with your crypto digital assets, you're going to want to use MetaMask. Okay, now let's say I tap on ETH and I want to receive some ETH. Look at that. It's the same as the Bread wallet and other wallets that we've seen. You could use your phone in ShakePay or whatever, and you could go to Send ETH, scan this QR code, and it would be sent to this wallet. Anyone that has those 12 words would be able to have access to it. Likewise, I can tap Copy. I can go over to ShakePay, and I can go to the Ether, and I could tap Send, and I could select from the clipboard that address, and it would then enable me to send whatever amount of Ether I wanted to that wallet. And then if I had sent that, I would see the ETH arrive. There are fees that are charged by the entire network. There's thousands of computers that are connected together, all sorts of different people in the world, different countries, completely decentralized, that are maintaining and running the Bitcoin and the Ether and the various networks. Those computers all charge a fee, and that fee can range anywhere from a few cents to a few dollars to up to like $20 or $30 when the network's really congested. I'm not going to show that process as to know how much the fees are at. That's where, though, sometimes you can be disappointed if you try to send a small amount of money and it ends up taking a larger portion of the fee. So I try to always send at least $100 to $200 to ensure that I'm not too disappointed when things get sent over. Generally, though, it's $2 or $3 to send a ETH. Within MetaMask, though, there's something that's worth noting. If I tap this arrow up here and the 3 lines in the top corner, I can see that I have a browser option. And if I tap that browser option, it brings up a web browser. And it does show you like decentralized finance, ways that you can use your cryptocurrencies and earn a return on them. You can borrow or lend. There's all sorts of other features. And I can type in an address, and I could go to Google or whatever address I wanted to go to. And I'm going to also tap on decentralized exchanges. Now, these exchanges allow you to turn your Ether into something else. And the most common one is Uniswap, the one with the unicorn there. Now, that being said, common is somewhat relative. There are other ones as well. For what we would want to do and what we would want to do with the gifts, I'm only going to look at Uniswap today. But we don't even have to. If you just wanted to give the Ether, you could be done. We've created the wallet, and their balance would be there. All you'd have to do is give the password and the 12-word seed phrase, write them down in a card, tell that person to download and install the Metamask app. They can restore their wallet, put in those 12 words, and they would have access to those funds that you've given them. And then they could explore around and see what to do. But I think you're going to like some of the ideas I'm about to show you on what you can do within MetaMask with some of these funds. I'm going to start with an NFT, a non-fungible token, basically a piece of art or something that's unique. And we're going to start with the Rarible. So I'm inside the MetaMask app, and I chose the browser, and I went to rarible.com. And within rarible.com, you can buy digital art. And this is art that, or things that have been created that are one of a kind or limited edition, and you have true ownership of it, like buying a print. And you remember, Canadian-wise, one ETH is $700-800. So when you see something like 9 ETH, we're looking at like $8,000 in order to buy that one little token. So you want to do a little bit of research if you're buying something expensive. You could look at something like this, 0.21 of an ETH, still a couple $100, but you could give that piece of art. There are some very low cost art as well, 0.025. Now we're getting down to $25-30, and maybe they're into something, a certain topic or a certain game or personality, and you could buy them one of these pieces of art. I don't own any NFTs this way. I obtain and have received and sometimes purchase NFTs that are connected to a game or somehow usable in a digital universe. But I wanted to start with this. Yep, you could buy them a unique piece of digital art, and some of these end up becoming worth an absolute fortune if you do a little research on who are some famous or well-known or up-and-coming digital artists. And you're able to support those artists by buying their limited print runs, but it's a digital print, not a physical print. And some people were like, hey, I can just take a screenshot of that and now I own your NFT. Well, that's like saying I can go and take a picture of the Mona Lisa and say to other people, look, I've got a copy of the Mona Lisa. It's not the same, right? It needs to be verified that it's the actual Mona Lisa or the actual piece of digital art. And that's what the blockchain is able to do. Okay, let's move on to some of the more interesting things that I think are more interesting. Right, so there is a video game called Axie Infinity, and you will see some of my other videos where I've been showcasing Axie Infinity, and you could, and I'm going to release some videos on how to play Axie Infinity or how to buy them. It's about $100 worth Canadian in order to really get set up in there. But if you were to, if you message me or post down below or check out some of my other videos, you could do the research and buy a plant and a beast and a reptile or bird Axie, the 3 Axies. You could put them together, connect it to their wallet, set up an Axie account, and you could give them for $100, which is similar to a cost of many other video games. Get them playing a video game that's going to come mainstream probably in May or June. You're going to start seeing it everywhere more and more. It's going to be a huge, huge hit. So you could give them a head start on that as a possibility. Or you could speculate on some coins. Instead of just giving them the ETH, you could give them some coins. So I'm going to suggest a couple. This is not, you need to do your own research if you're taking this serious. If this is just sort of a novelty thing or it's a gift or just something that you think would be kind of fun, here are 4 tokens that I would say are a little bit more interesting than the ETH. ETH is like giving the cash. Hey, here's $50 or $60 in cash. Go on to the Web 3.0, the next generation of the internet, and buy some things, have some fun. This is saying, I've bought you something, you know, like this hockey card, or I've bought you this thing that might go up in value or has some utility. So the 4 that I would recommend is could be RFOX tokens. RFOX tokens is a Vietnam-based crypto company. They're a venture company. So what they do is they develop these teams or sub companies, and then they start innovating and coming up with things. So they have had some success with this game called Cogs. You may remember the physical Cogs, and they have lots of collectibles. Most of their Cogs and everything is done on the Wax wallet, a different type of wallet, but the shares or the tokens that this company is based on are called RFOX. Just recently released on the Ether network. Some exciting things, lots of background stuff. May see a lot of utility come out of the RFOX or not. Axis, AXS tokens, very excited about these. If I had to pick one out of these 4, though, that would be the one I would pick. I try to get some Axis whenever it's possible. I think there's going to be a lot of fun with this, and it's all part of that Axie Infinity game. And not only is there the possibility for the token itself to go up, but if you're playing the video game and you have these Axis tokens, you get more return, and it's a whole ecosystem that's being developed around that. The engine, ENJ, those tokens are a type of blockchain that's possibly going to be used heavily by the gaming industry or other areas that start to utilize crypto technology. Again, I don't know about that. It does look very promising, and would be one that would be like a 2-3 year type of hold. OMG, OmniSeaGo. This network, the blockchain network, had a recent spike. It went from like $1 something up to like $3. Well, it went up to like $7 or $8, and it dropped back down to about $3. per token. I think we're going to see a lot more coming from that network, the OMG. So those four, that would be a way of saying, hey, I bought you some tokens, crypto tokens in this thing. In 2 or 3 years, it might be worth a whole bunch or it might be worth nothing, but isn't this a unique gift? And I'm going to show you how you get those tokens. So I'm going to go back over to MetaMask. And in this new tab, I have all the exchanges. And if you remember, it was the Uniswap exchange. So I'll go down to Uniswap. Now, this is not the wallet that I demoed for you with the 12-word seed phrase. This is my actual MetaMask wallet. So there is a little bit of funds in there, not much. And you can see if I have a balance of 0.046 ETH. So very, very little. The reason it's only showing 0.0363 is because it's keeping some aside if I was to do a trade to pay for those transaction fees, that gas fee. Now, if I wanted to get that RFOX, I could go RFOX. And there it is there. Now, sometimes it's not recommended to just tap and type the token that you're looking for because anyone can create a token. So there could be a fake RFOX. I have the CoinGecko list of trading pairs set up so that it does suggest that. And maybe what I'll do is I'll just hop over and show you how to even check this even better. I'm going to go RFOX, CoinGecko, and CoinGecko is definitely the best website for showing you all the different crypto tokens that are out there and giving you information, a little bit of information about them, a little bit of price history. And so I can see the logo, I can see it's RFOX, I can get some information about how many tokens are available. I can see the contract address, which you don't really need for right now. I could show you, I might have to show you how to use that. And I tap on markets, and I can see right there it says number 1, Uniswap, RFOX, ETH. And so if I tap that, and it gives me this warning, anyone can create. And that's okay, I understand, because I went through CoinGecko. I know that this is the legitimate one. So either way, the RFOX, I could tap max, and I could hit swap, and then I would have RFOX tokens in my Uniswap wallet. Down here at the bottom, it shows you the path that it's going to do to get them. It's going to take some of your Ether, turn them into this other type of Ether, turn them into a US dollar stable coin, and then use that to buy RFOX. And so sometimes the gas ends up being a little bit high if there's multiple steps. Again, that's why I try to keep these kind of things to at least $75 to $100. Okay, now one thing that does come up sometimes when you go to look in your wallet, you might not see the tokens you're looking for. You're like, oh no, I don't see my RFOX tokens. But if I didn't see them, you can down here at the bottom hit add tokens. So even though I might have added them to my wallet, sometimes they don't automatically show up. And I can hit custom token, and that's where that contract would go. See where it says token address? When I was on that previous screen here, let's go back to the browser and go back to the CoinGecko. And right there, that CoinGecko at the top, it had contract address. I can copy that. Now this contract address is not a wallet, it is not somewhere that I would ever send coins. It is the contract address of the RFOX tokens. And so now if I go back to my wallet, and I go to the bottom and I hit add tokens, I can go to custom and I can tap and paste that address in there. And then it will find there's the RFOX token. and I can hit add token. Now I already had them in there. So if you do use Uniswap and you churn that ETH into one of these other tokens, and they don't show up in your wallet, there's no need to panic. You can go to CoinGecko, get that contract address, and paste it in there. And it can take 15, 20 minutes. Actually, it can take up to a day or so for the transaction to actually go through. I find, though, when you're using MetaMask, it pays a little bit higher gas fee, a little bit higher transaction fee to ensure that the transaction goes through within sort of that 10, 15 minutes. And there's ways to adjust that so that you reduce the amount of gas. There are other tutorials on using MetaMask, but I find just the default settings, it will work pretty good, though you may want to watch how much is that transaction fee. So similarly, if I go back to this browser and I go and I just say the Axis one, because that one's a great one, AXS, done, Axie Infinity. I can go, there's that contract address if it didn't show up in my MetaMask, and I can tap on market, and in the market I see there's the Uniswap. I won't go to any of the other exchanges. I have to create accounts and do a bunch of stuff. There's my Uniswap one. I'll tap the Axis ETH, so the AXS over ETH. It tells me that I have an update. I need to hit OK on this update. I understand that anyone can create one, but I've used CoinGecko. Oh, here it is. So CoinGecko is the list that I use for my verifying my tokens. I just got to accept this update. There. So again, I could tap max or whatever amount of ETH I wanted to do. It's going to turn that ETH into Axis tokens. Down here, I can see the fee is going to be 0.0001. You can multiply that by 700 and get a sense of how many dollars that's going to be. So it's about 70 cents to do this trade. So it's fine. And I could tap swap and I could pick up some Axis tokens. So that is a way, and there was a couple more OMG or ENJ. So that is a way that you could get some speculative tokens and make that available. Two more ways that I'm going to show, and these actually get more and more interesting as we go, and they're not necessarily harder. The number 7 is actually probably one of the easiest ones to do, the lossless lottery. I have it last, kind of because it's this neat idea. Let me just show you how to do the Uniswap Pools. Because I think it's worth considering this as if you have a bit more of a technologically savvy person that you're trying to give this gift to, and they can actually watch how much they earn each day. So it's not just a matter of speculation and sort of seeing what the value is, but this will actually generate a little bit of an income. But in order to give this number 6, I think you really need to be looking at a minimum of a couple $100. I wouldn't do anything less than $200 to do this. But if you're giving a little bit of a larger present and you want to have a little bit of fun with it, I would look at getting either $100 of SLP, Small Love Potions, which is connected to the Axie Infinity game, or $100 worth of DAI. And a DAI is just simply worth $1 US. It's a stable coin. Both of these are going to be very stable in price, but a lot of people buy and sell these things on a regular basis, which means there's lots of transaction fees. And there's a way that you can get in and get a portion of these transaction fees called a Uniswap Pool. I'll show you how to do that. So again, I'm back in my MetaMask wallet. I'm going to go to the browser. And up at the top here, I see Pool. Hey, so I've tapped on Pool, and it gives me the ability to create a pair, which I don't want to do, or I can add liquidity. And you earn 0.3% of all the trades proportional to the share of the pool. So I've only put a couple $100 in, and there's a few $100,000. I'm not going to get 0.3 of all the trades, but I'm going to get my percentage of the pool of those fees. And the way it works is you have to add an equal amount of both sides. So it's going to be an equal amount of ETH with SLP or ETH with DAI. So I can tap add liquidity. And I'm going to do, say, ETH. And then I would have to choose my other pair. You can see the most DAI is right there. It's already common. And If I had, like I showed in the previous part, purchased or swapped $100 worth of DAI, I would be able to say $100 worth of ETH, $100 worth of DAI, and then I would be able to enter into the pool, and then I would be able to start earning a portion of those transaction fees. And there's a dashboard that you can go to, and you can see how much you are earning. I could also maybe do SLP. It's one I find a little bit more interesting. Well, the SLP pool is not loading, so we'll just say the DAI token. The SLP, it's because of the list. I got to find out what list it's listed on. Maybe what I'll do is I'll post a contract link for SLP down below. But anyways, and then they can see their growth of their pool as it goes. Last but not least, PoolTogether. This, I think, is the most interesting idea I have come across in terms of a fun way to have a lottery. So the way the lossless lottery works is you buy DAI. So let's say you buy $50 worth of DAI, and then you contribute it to this, like buying lottery tickets. PoolTogether. Now, one of the most fascinating ideas that I've come across is this idea of a lossless lottery. So the way it works is you can buy $2, $20, $50 worth of tickets into this lottery. And like the Uniswap Pools, it's pooled and that money is generated. But instead of it being that, you put in $20, you're only going to be earning a few cents every week. Somebody else puts in a couple $100, they're going to earn a few dollars every week or whatever it is. It's all very small amounts of money. Now it adds up over time. But instead, they pool all of those profits from that, from all those transactions for that pool, and one person gets it. And each dollar or each DAI that you have contributed, you get an entry into winning that. And so you can get your tickets. If I tap down here on the account, it asks me to connect my wallet. I can tap Connect Wallet. I'm going to tap Metamask. And you're going to start to see there's many websites out there that are already set up, and they just say tap Metamask, and you can connect your wallet. So right now I have $25 worth of DAI that are connected to this wallet, and I'm earning 3.34% on that $25. Oh, there's a referral link. Maybe I'll put this referral link down below in the description, and I don't know what we get, some referral rewards. I haven't won anything yet, but at some point I might win, and if I do win, I can set in my email to get notified, but it'll automatically be added to my wallet. And up here is my wallet address, my public address, 0xA4FC, and so on and so on. And that was a wallet that I created for myself in the MetaMask. And I have $44 worth of tickets, I guess. Anyways, so you can buy these tickets. So if you've created the wallet and then buy these tickets, you can give it to them and say, hey, I bought you $40 in lottery tickets, except it's a lossless lottery. At any given time, they can take their $40 out and use it for something else, buy an Axie or do the Uniswap Pool or trade it for a different token, and they haven't lost any value. What they did lose is the potential to earn, like if inflation or whatnot. So it's a lossless lottery. I love it. It's a brilliant idea. It's fairly easy to do. All you have to have done is created the MetaMask, go to PoolTogether, connect the wallet, go to Uniswap, purchase some DAI, and then come over to PoolTogether, and you can tap the old buy tickets, get tickets, and have them entered into a draw. Again, you don't have to do all these things. You could just create the MetaMask wallet, put some Ether into it, and say, hey, watch this video. You pick one of the things that you want to do, or do it together. Either way, that is a bunch of ideas for how to give crypto as a gift. I'm going to end the instructions, the tutorial aspect. There are some other wallets that are out there. Wax is a very easy wallet, or a very easy wallet to set up. Person just simply needs to have a Gmail or whatever, and you can just link it to a social profile. The dilemma with it is you have to use some specific exchanges in order to get the tokens, and it's much harder to get those Wax tokens through those exchanges. Once you have the Wax tokens, it's an incredibly easy ecosystem for playing all kinds of games and getting NFTs, and I really wish that they would, the teams that are involved with the Wax ecosystem would just put together a little bit more of a streamlined process in order to get the Wax tokens to start with. So I'm not going to go down that road with this video. I hope you've enjoyed this, learned some things. The video wasn't too long for you, and I'd love it if some people signed up through the Shake Pay, get the $30 bonus each, use some of the referral links down below, and start giving some crypto for Christmas or for any occasion. Take care.